Regular readers of MoTo may have read a story that we recently published, proclaiming that while the cafe racer craze of the last decade has run its course, the modern retro is here to stay. The big difference being that, while the cafe racer scene has been criticised for being more about style than substance, things like the Yamaha XSR900 prove that retro styling does not need to come at the cost of brute performance. No, the XSR900 isn't a superbike, far from it, but it is wild, let me tell you.
Take my friend Billy for instance. Billy fancies himself a little old school, but it's mostly aesthetic. You see, Billy lives fast and doesn't care much for subtlety. It's all rock and roll all the time, and I get in trouble because of it. You see where I'm going here? Let me show you something. This is Yamaha's 2020 XSR900. Retro on the outside, but distinctly modern within. And let me tell you, it's frantic. Fast if you can hold on and faster if you can't. And like Billy, it's going to get me in big trouble.
The XSR900 uses the same 840cc triple found in the MT09, upon which this bike is based. It makes around 85 kilowatts, or 113 horsepower in the old language, and 88 newton meters of torque. In this application, the power comes on fast and hard and the front wheel wants to lift at any given moment. While there are 3 riding modes to choose from, in all cases the throttle is particularly sensitive. There is also 3 levels of traction control, which when cranked all the way up will control wheelies. However, the traction control still allows for a few inches of lift on the front wheel, so you can end up bouncing up and down off the road. A disconcerting feeling, I'm sure you can imagine. But this isn't necessarily all a bad thing. The XSR900's unwieldy nature is part of its charm. You must tame it and you must treat it with respect. The 3-cylinder engine howls like only a triple can, tempting you at every moment to let loose. This bike is the 2020 model, and so it features a new heritage-inspired colour scheme, modelled after one Bill Ivey's World Championship winning 2-stroke. That's all that's new for this year, so pricing remains unchanged at $14,849 rideaway. Compared to the MT09 naked sports bike, which features ultra-modern styling, the XSR900 gets an aluminium tank cover, front and rear aluminium fenders, a stitched seat, a circular instrument clock and tail light, and a retro-style headlight with an aluminium stay. It also benefits from a fairly stiff 41mm fork that's adjustable for compression and rebound. The Yamaha XSR900 is rock and roll on 2 wheels. This is not a motorcycle for the limp-wristed, but you must stare it in the eyes and approach with caution. This bike is going to get me in big trouble, but hey, sometimes a bit of danger is good for the soul.